Oh, and we're live. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is the In Your Face show, and I'm here with my main man, Ian Miller. Introduce yourself, my big brother.
Hey everyone, I'm Ian Miller. I'm the co-founder of Chronos Comics and the creator of Codename Hunter. How's
There
everybody
you
doing?
go. Well, okay. Hey, I like that. I like that professionalism. Keep it going. Keep it going, young man. Yeah. So, Mr. Ian Miller, how many titles have you been doing within this within the 5 year span?
Oh, I've been doing my own title, Triple Threat Comics. I've been part of two fan comics. One is called Batman Meets Godzilla. Another one is called Batman Enigma. Both been well received. I have also been the artist for Chronicles of Horror issues 1 and 2, at least one of the artists. And another monster anthology series is going to actually start very soon. And I just finished a project called Demented City, which is on GoFundMe right now. So I'm constantly working.
Okay. Well, okay, I like that. I like that. I can't wait till I can get to other projects that I'm doing that I want to do within you know my
Yeah,
time in the industry. You know what I'm saying? And what is it like doing those titles, fan titles? What is it like doing fan titles?
it's quite something. It's quite liberating, because this is
Hmm.
a fan projects because you're not limited to what the major companies are doing. So it's very liberating. You can do anything you want as long as
Okay.
it's for the fans, and this is what it is for the fans. I came on to Batman Meets Godzilla uh, through Facebook, to be honest, because there was an ad in Facebook in one of the comic book groups, and the writer had said the words Batman and Godzilla. I was like, okay, hold on. How's this going to work? Let me just throw in my 2 cents. So I sent him my artwork, knowing it was a fan comic. And about 5 minutes, I get a response from the writer, Eric Elliott, and he said, welcome aboard. I was like, what? So I was part of, I think, 10 artists. I can't be certain about the number, but it was a different group of artists. And the first issue, when that came out, was very explosive because suddenly people from both fan groups, the Batman 66 show, because this takes place in the 60s, Batman, and Godzilla, were very interested in what we were doing. So by the time issue 2 came out, it got even crazier. That we started getting momentum. And for issue 2, I actually designed a new Batmobile, which was exciting for me because I'm a car guy. Love it. And I even got to design a Batgirl cycle because Batgirl was very much in the story. And one of the things was about that was I wanted to update the Bat cycle because I looked at the 66 one. It it had doilies on it. I I don't see Batgirl having doilies on her Bat cycle, so I just changed it. And
Okay.
I was getting art written up by that. It was a bold choice, especially with the new Batmobile, and people just like what we were doing. And then,
Okay.
and then the writer had approached me, Eric Elliott. He approached me saying, "Do you want to do more fan comics?" I said, "Sure." So he sends me the script of which was the first treatment for Batman Returns, which is actually one of the earliest scripts. I read over the weekend and I thought it was a good script. And I said, it would be more interesting. I told him about this idea that I had about 14 years ago, which was to do a an unofficial sequel to Tim Burton's two films. What was his third film going to be? And he just went with it, and we wrote it. I think it was about 3 months, and then we started illustrating it. I started illustrating it, and it was a hit. Right now we've got 2 issues in the tank in the can. Right now we're working on issue 3, and that's gonna be released probably in the summer. So yeah.
Oh, awesome, awesome. So, have you worked within the industry, within like with the big guys in the industry?
Uh, Unfortunately, I've not worked with the big guys yet. As I said, these are fan comics, but would I like to work with the big guys? Absolutely. If they offered me gave me an offer, I probably wouldn't refuse it. Um,
Right.
but the thing about the industry is this: I've noticed this. It's going through a cycle, if you will. There's certain trends that I've started to notice that, and even been going on since the '90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for example, the killing of the Justice League in DC right now, at least in the next couple of months. And I'm sort
And
of
you keep
thinking,
bringing them back, right?
yeah, like we did this with Superman. Why are we doing this whole trend again?
Right. And it's weird because Marvel and DC does that all the time. They kill them off, then bring them back, kill them off, bring them back, kill them off, bring them back, kill them off, bring them back. And I'm like, what are you doing? Bring
Yeah,
up something new. Come on. It's like it's like it's like you're in a movie, in a most boring movie, and it's going on and on and on. And pretty soon you're gonna memorize it. And pretty soon it's gonna go off in your head, and then you're gonna do it right in the middle of something that very important. And be like,
exactly.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's retarded. I just that's why I don't watch the movies because I watch some, but I don't watch them like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not none of my favorites because for one, it has nothing to do with the comics. For
Yeah,
two, it's very watered down, and for three, it's geared towards politics, and I'm not into it.
yeah, yeah. I get you. I get you. Especially with, let's say, Captain America: Civil War. Let's talk about that for a second.
Go ahead, go ahead, go.
That's very much politics right there.
Right.
I don't like talking about politics myself because you never know who you're gonna piss off. That's the honest truth. You don't know who you're gonna piss off.
I tell you what, I tell you what, I tell you what. Man, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it real honest. Forget who we gonna piss off. This is the show of in your face, how we say what the fuck we want to say, when we want to say it, and however the fuck we want to say it. Say how you feel, brother. Don't worry about the consequences. We got this.
Anyway, yeah,
Hey, I'm just being honest.
you're being real. You're being real, which is fine. That's fine. That's good. You should. Yeah, yeah, but I do understand what the politics are like because you want to get away from that. You want to get away.
Right,
You want to just to enjoy the fantasy. That's all.
right.
Escape,
And
escape.
that's and see, they don't do nothing new. And I'm noticing like Captain America. Whew, oh, Jesus. Captain America's been here since my grandma, grandpa, everybody. And can we at least get something new? I get the flagship characters. What about Blade? What about Spawn? What about Wolverine? What about all these? What about Cable? What about all those characters that nobody knows about really, except the people that have really been focusing on comics in the industry? Like, come on,
Yeah,
like, 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 come on, give Storm her first movie. You know what I'm saying? Give Gambit his first movie.
yeah,
Give uh redo the whole Wolverine movies. Redo them all. Like at least, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
for example, like I can name a dozen of characters that nobody really knows about because nobody they're not given don't you know this is what Marvel does. Marvel and DC does this. They get characters and they put them on the shelf. It's new characters that's been taken from indie guys that have been put on the shelf because they didn't want them to compete with them. That's what Hollywood does.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just like That's retarded. How you gonna use it within another um how are you gonna use it within another issue? Why don't you just make it their own title? You know what I mean?
But yeah, that's another thing why I geared towards indie comics because a I can have my own I can create characters. I won't have to worry about what the company's going to like. We don't want you to do this yet because we got a character like that. I don't want any of that nonsense.
Right. Right. And brother, like I said to you, bro, it's not about trying to, it's not they think that stuffing it down people's throats is going to get it. People going to That's why they're losing money as it is, my man. They lost losing money as it is. The only thing that's keeping Marvel up and going is the fucking movies. And
Yeah.
pretty soon that's going to get old. Pretty soon that's going to get old.
Well,
Pretty
I think
soon,
it's gonna be
watch.
it's gonna be a sad thing when the movies stop making the money because now it's a continuing trend. I personally
Right.
enjoy. I know I'm already starting to see where it's going.
Right, I get it. I understand. No hate towards people who watch it because, they may get inspiration from that, and you can't stop people from getting inspiration from those type of things.
Yeah.
That's where greatness is born. But you can stop it because that's where people will become complacent,
Mm.
laziness. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really want to be something in the industry, create something that nobody has seen before. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? People
Yeah.
think that everything has
No,
been done already.
absolutely
Not
not.
everything. Not everything, Not everything. Because if you think about it, there's a lot of characters that people have that have never been spoken of, like that has never been brought up, you know what I mean? And it's just a lot of things that people are accustomed to. They're accustomed to Batman and Superman and all these Wonder Womans and all this stuff. Like they
Yeah.
ain't got nothing else to read. They ain't got shit else to read. What else they got? You tell me. Exactly.
You literally see the
Exactly.
you see the thought bubble. Yeah.
Exactly. No thoughts. No nothing really. Because for one, what Marvel does is this is how to keep the indie guys down is by hiring them, and then that cripples them. That makes them, oh, we're gonna come out and we just gonna do this, and then you got Marvel mad at you because you went out and done your own thing. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes working for Marvel is a bad thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. You just never know. Sometimes it can mess up your reputation. Sometimes it can mess up. It could help you with your reputation.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you got to understand those things. You know what I'm saying? Some people were made to go in there and kick the fucking door down. You know what I'm saying? Some were made to go and Marvel and make their name. Some, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way I'm seeing it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's the way. Go
I,
ahead.
I, I get it. But here's the thing. You know what I want to see on the big screen? You really want to know? I want to see some milestone heroes
There you go.
because at least that's something new and they're relevant
Exactly. Hmm.
and they're exciting original characters. I just reread the recent Sonic not Sonic sorry Static series. Can't pronounce it Sonic.
It's all right. It's all right. I make those mistakes too.
Yeah, like why isn't this a movie? I mean,
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? They nitpick and they pick and choose what they want instead of giving the people what the fuck they asked for. We're not asking for Marvel and DC to create Batman and Superman over and over and over again. Pretty soon, I'm a scream. Pretty much.
even as a hardcore Batman fan, I'm pretty sure by the time they remake it in the 25th time, I'll be like, okay, I'm done with this. I don't need to do this again. Let me
Exactly.
just.
Exactly. You done created everything Batman besides the draws on his ass. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm quite sure the Batman collectors. got drawers, got underwear of this motherfucker on their ass. I'm guaranteeing it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I mean, come on, man. Pretty soon they're gonna have bullshit like superhero condoms and shit. Come on. Come on, man. It's dumb shit, man. I'm just being honest. Like,
you,
just think about it.
you're being real, so that's fine.
Pretty soon they're gonna be like, well, we can we can make money off a condom. Okay, let's see. And then you see a long motherfucking condom of Batman saying "pow, wham." Come on, come on, dude. Like, think about it, man. I mean, if you look at what I'm saying, man,
Oh
I'm
man,
not coming at it wrong. Like, think about it. They got the lunch boxes. They got the food out. They got hairdos. They got they got everything. The bat shields. The good looking women. What else they got? Pretty soon they're gonna dress their kids up in it, and kids gonna want to rock around in tight suits and drawers every day. That's what we used to do back then.
mm,
Tight suits and drawers. You know what I'm saying? And capes. Like, be honest. I'm just gonna be honest. Nowadays, in the real world, you don't see a motherfucker in tight suits and drawers with a cape on. You'll think that he's motherfucking crazy. In the real motherfucking world, they're gonna think that this motherfucker batshit crazy. Look at this motherfucker running around. Come on, man. You ain't tell the truth. I ain't
uh,
gonna lie.
no,
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That's the truth, man. That's
uh,
the honest to God truth. I mean, like, in the real world, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I get it, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wants an imagination, but
yeah.
bring your imagination to the real world. You know what I'm saying? Let them come between the two. Let them two combine. Because if you think about it, you create a character, everybody wants something to relate to. You get what I'm saying? And not everybody can relate to Batman. Name one. Name one person you could name. Can you relate to Superman?
I can't personally because I'm not well. Yeah, I can't really because I'm not really an outsider.
Exactly. Can you relate to Batman?
I wish I was rich. I wish I had all those toys that he has, but I don't. I don't. I can't relate.
All right. Can you relate to Hulk?
I'm sure we all have anger issues, man. We all have that problem.
Okay, okay. Other than his anger issues, can can you
No,
relate to Thor? Can you relate to Thor? That blonde haired motherfucker.
no, no, absolutely not.
Exactly. Can you relate to of what else his name? What's his name? Oh shit. He turned into Ronin, something like that. Um
Oh, Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Can you relate to Hawkeye?
If I was an archer that skilled, would I be doing comic books?
I
No.
get you. Right. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm trying to get people to understand is that you want something and I'm not saying that you can't relate to these characters. I'm not saying you stop doing it. I'm saying, can you relate to it? Can you can you live? Can what is they doing to help you get where you want to be? What is Marvel doing in your pockets to help you get where you want to be?
You really should do bring up interesting points. You really do because these have been companies where they should be inspiring people, to be better than themselves. And really, I think with Marvel in particular, I think there's only one character that I can really say, that I do can relate to, and that was maybe Spider Man because
Okay,
I was that nerd.
okay,
I was that nerdy kid, but I was a nerd before it could be cool to be a nerd.
true, true,
Now,
and that's very true. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But let's just think about it. Let's put Spider-Man and Batman and Superman and Thor and Hawk. Let's bring up Hawk for a second.
okay,
All right. If people didn't have that imagination, people just Just an angry motherfucker with some big arms and strong motherfucker was an angry motherfucker.
Mm.
He need to go to anger management class. Thinking with these people in the world today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, angry motherfucker. What are you angry for? Think about it. Just putting it, just without imagination, without a colorful, without a comic in the world, right? He's
Yeah.
just an angry motherfucker trying to create, trying to destroy shit. He was the first writer in the world
Yeah.
destroying shit. Y'all ain't gonna get mad at him, right? All right. Done with Hulk. All right, Thor.
Okay.
You want to bring up Thor, okay?
Mm.
Let's put him as a black man. You think he'll be received more as he is now? I don't mean to bring up no racist shit. I'm just saying,
No, no, no. Well,
just
that's a tough that's tricky.
very tricky.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It makes you think because it makes you
The,
think outside the box. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us, a lot of people don't want to think outside the box because they're uh, so thinking inside the box that they so conform to the inside of the box. They don't think outside of the box. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, I know. I know.
And when you think in the inside of the box, you're so cramped, and your imagination can't go out. You know what I'm saying? But when you're thinking outside the box, your imagination can go wow and go into worlds and worlds, and that's how you could think about dimensions and other shit that we create. You know what I'm saying? In the comic book world, and create those things.
Yeah.
But see, a lot of people are not trying to. A lot of people are not trying to think outside the box because they're conformed to. They're taught to just think without hurting your head. Motherfucker, we always think we're hurting our head. We always hurting our head, thinking like that. Thinking outside the box, hurting your head. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I hurt my head every goddamn time when I think about a new character to draw. Because I'm always thinking, hmm, okay, what can I do in there? Such and such. Then but see, that's just me. I'm an artist, I'm a creator. I'm an overthinker. But if you're not an artist, you wouldn't understand an overthinker. You think to an overthinker, be like, oh, this motherfucker overthinks too much. You know what I'm saying? But an artist does that. An artist overthinks. He overreaches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A writer overreaches, overdoes things because that's what we're conditioned. That's what we're made to do. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
I do. I do
You can't. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Talk to me. Talk.
because yeah, we do overthink things at times because hey, we're trying to make the best story possible. We're trying to bring out the best characters, and we put ourselves in the characters that we create. I certainly do every time I write a script for Codename Hunter or I draw a page. I'm putting myself in the character. A lot of my humor
Mm-hmm.
because I'm making it more relatable that way. Because again, because I'm putting myself in there. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the problem with people that don't really read any comics because they don't understand. They don't understand what it takes, to really go through
Exactly.
because they're not
And
doing it themselves.
exactly. And see, and this is what I want to bring up too. Some big guys in the industry, and I'm going to say it. I ain't going to hold my tongue. Some guys in the industry, and I hate when they do this. Like, instead of helping you get where you want to be, it doesn't have to be saying, okay, do free work. It doesn't have to do with that. It's like just giving you pointers on how to do that. Right. But some will rather criticize you, critique you, and be like, oh, you could do that better. You could do that better. But now, see, some of us, we need a hands on approach. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
need more help rather than just critique because not everybody is going to take that critique. They're going to take it the wrong way and hate your ass. You know what I'm saying? And see, me as a person, I've learned to take constructive criticism
yeah,
and be take it as a grain of salt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Take it as a grain of salt. I'm not saying I'm the best at taking criticism. I could tell what's criticism. I could tell what's good criticism and what's bad criticism, because good criticism comes from a good heart, comes from a,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, a way to help you better yourself. Bad
yeah,
criticism is a way to keep you down and keep you bondaged up and keep you in a way where you can't think for yourself, and then you're a slave to those thoughts, to those words. Words have meanings. Words have power in it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand when they're telling a person that, when you're telling a person, oh, you're not going to be good, you're not going to be this, you're not going to be that, that
yeah.
can traumatize a person and hurt a person and bring them down. That's that's not good criticism.
No, it's not. And here's the
That's
thing.
not good. That's
You know,
negative.
yeah, here's the thing though. Doesn't matter. Yeah, your toughest critic is always going to be you. That's it.
Uh-huh.
I believe
Uh-huh.
that's true in the business. I believe that's true in real life. That's you're gonna be. Yeah, the guy you look in the mirror, that's going to be your toughest critic. And yes, I do agree with you that criticism, if it's good, if it's necessary, yeah, it can help. It can help you become better. But if it's negative criticism saying, "Oh, you're not going to be good enough for the business," you really should not get into this. Yeah,
Right.
it's heartbreaking because, but for some people, yeah, it breaks you down because you're like, maybe I am not good enough. You start believing in that. But
Right.
if you actually turn that into a positive and say, you know what, I'm going to do me.
Right. Exactly.
I'm going to go.
And
I don't care what people say. I'm going to do it.
right. Exactly. And that's what me, I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's what me and a couple of other guys had to go through, because I've been put down in this industry a long time, plenty of times.
Yeah, everybody
And I've
has.
had to look, I've had to kick doors down because many doors were shut in my face. But you know what? I kicked the doors in and I took what's mine. So you have to have that type of attitude, that kick the door down rebel attitude, because sometimes you're gonna have friends in the industry that say they're your friends and they say, I'm gonna kick the door down with you. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But when it comes down to kicking that motherfucking door in, they're right behind you. They're like, oh, I'm not gonna kick the door in. Oh, I gotta think about getting this job with Marvel. So I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna kick the door in. Fuck Marvel. Fuck DC. I'm gonna kick the door in. I'm gonna take what's mine. I'm gonna make my own legacy. That is what you do when you're really trying to make it in this fucking business, because you have to go take what's yours, because it's not going to be given willingly. Trust me. Trust and believe it's not going to be given willingly, because you have guys in the industry and girls in the industry that don't give a fuck about you or me or anybody up in this industry. All they care about is rising to the top, whether it's fucking you to get there, or whether it's stepping on you to get there. They don't think about nothing positive. They think about something negative, because that is how this part of this industry is. This part of this industry is all about hurting you to get to where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to change the narrative about. I'm not trying to hurt somebody to get where you want to be. I'm trying to bring people together so we don't have to hurt each other. So we don't have to put each other down. So we can bring each other up and make sure that we are eating as well as ourselves.
Yeah.
All
Here's
right,
the thing.
Matt,
Here's the thing, though.
go ahead.
Absolutely right. But here's the thing. The last 10 years, people have been gearing more towards indie comics than the mainstream. They
Mm-hmm.
want
Mm-hmm.
because they want original stories. They want original characters. They want
Mm-hmm.
something to bring to the table, and that's fantastic. That's fantastic for us because yes, we can now actually have our voices being heard
Mm-hmm.
after being silent for so long.
And that's what it's all about, our voice. Because that's why I said a lot of guys, they're see, and this is the thing, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. A lot of guys in this industry, they're so quick to follow behind somebody, you know what I'm saying, don't want to use their own voice.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not a follower, I'm a leader. I'm gonna do what I feel that needs to be done. And I'm gonna let my voice be heard.
yeah,
And whether you want to hear it or whether you don't, is going to be heard, whether so because somebody going to need to hear it anyway. And that's why I said everybody, not everybody in this industry is strong enough to be here. You know what I'm saying? But see, some people have the creative mind to do it, but they don't have the will to do it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And the fact is, a lot of them are so quick to give up, so quick to, and when something don't work, some so quick to just leave and give up and not go through that fire. But it's an old saying: going in the fire, coming out as gold. You get what I'm saying?
I do. I do.
Along the way, whether you're religious or spirit or atheist, you
Mhm.
believe in something. There's nothing that you don't believe in. That's a lie. You believe in something.
Yeah,
You just don't want to say it. You don't know what it is. On a Christian standpoint. You're going through God. He's gonna clean you up, and you're gonna come out as gold because he's a consuming fire. You come out as gold, as a polished statue, because that's what consuming fire is. But as a atheist, you're going in that fire, and you're coming out as a clean, and you're coming out with the knowledge to do what you got to do to
yeah,
get where you want to be. And to an atheist, you don't need a God. You don't need a God. You don't need a thing. But to some, you need one. And I was just what I just did there. I've grounded up all the things in the world to get my point across. You know what I'm saying? Just like I just put in religion and all that stuff. It's not to turn nobody around, to turn nobody away. It's to bring them to an understanding that we all need something. And we all gonna fight. We have to fight to get where we want to be, not quit when you feel that you can't make it. Keep on going, keep pushing, because along the way, at the end of the tunnel, that's where something is at there waiting for you to get.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
But not many people want to do that. They rather go on the other or go around and and do the kickstarters, and you know what I'm saying. See, kickstarters. What people don't know is that's tax money. You got to pay taxes on that soon.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying. But me, on the other hand, I'd rather do it and get my hands dirty and you know what I'm saying, and fight for it. That's just me. I'm a fighter,
yeah.
warrior, whatever.
No, no, no. That works. It works. If it works for you, then do it.
There you go. There you go. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah.
But see,
Say this for
but
the I
see,
will say the viewers for a second though. I will say this. Yeah, for those of you who are really want to be in the industry, all right, there are going to be moments where you're going to want to give up. Believe me, that happens. Okay, but if you have a strong enough drive and you want to see your name associated with a comic that you created, and that a kid actually comes up and picks up and says, "This is incredible. I want to be like this guy," then it's totally worth it. If you're just in it for the glamour, being having a comic in the movies, which by the way would love to have, but again not realistic. But if you just in it for that sense, then you're just robbing yourself of the joys of entertaining people that you've never even met before.
exactly. See, and when you're entertaining those people, you're either going to get an enemy, or you're going to get a hater, or you're going to get a friend
Yeah,
out of entertaining people.
yeah,
And see, this is the thing. Me entertaining people my whole life with my art. You know what I'm saying? I've gained a lot of haters because I knew how to draw so good. But and I had a confident attitude about it. But creating and entertaining people with my art, also with my writing skills, I've gained a lot of friends with that because I know how to. Me and my guys, we know how to articulate what was going on in the story and everything.
yeah.
And see, hold that thought. I just wanted to give a shout out to my boy Andre and my boy Jason and my boy William Willie. Will, and my boy Leo. What's up, y'all? We about to get back to work soon. Oh, thank y'all. And my boy Ray. What's up? But sorry about that. Sorry about that. But nah, I just wanted to get that shout out just to let them know, man. I love them, man. But also, so back to the questions at hand, you know what I mean? Back to asking you the questions, my man.
Right.
Um, so from doing this, the titles that you've done, what titles are you looking forward to doing in the future?
Well, I definitely still want to do Codename Hunter more because again, that's an ongoing series, and I love doing that. I love doing a sci-fi spy thriller, pretty much doing a James Bond meets Star Trek type of deal. And I love creating the new world, a more optimistic world.
Uh, there you go. You know what I'm saying? That's how you feel. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to do. I say go for it. Put in your best blah, 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 blah. Put in your best foot forward.
Yes,
I say put your best foot forward and just go for it, man. I to be honest, creating a world through your imagination is very challenging to me most of the
yeah,
time because some of the stuff you don't remember doing,
mm,
you can't remember it when you're putting it down on paper. So sometimes you have to write it down on paper in order to really get it down on paper.
I do.
So it's and do you have read a mind block sometimes?
Oh, that's another thing. Get out. Yeah, it does happen occasionally, but because I'm like, wait a second, did I say this in a previous issue, or or is this just something new? So occasionally I have to go back and say, oh wait, I did do this. So we don't how did I do this? So let me just rethink it another way. So it does happen.
Yeah, and see that's why I asked that because I know my fellow writers and artists, we go through that mind block, you know what I'm saying? Where we sometimes we stress our minds out so bad that it it gets to the point to where you can't produce nothing. You can't produce anything at that moment. And it's in a freeze mode where you just were like, damn, I can't think of nothing. You just get to the thing and just blank. So I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So another question. How many years you been doing this?
Okay. Um, I think for the self-publishing of Coney Hunter and trying to build Triple Threat Comics, I think I've been doing this since I want to say 2018. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
and I'm running Triple Threat Comics with a friend of mine, Eric Hernandez, who I met at School of Visual Arts in Manhattan, and he's doing his own series called Solar Racer. And yeah, we knew we wanted to work together, on something, and we just decided to form this company. Originally, there was going to be three other people with us, but they had to, they had to leave, because of personal reasons, which I understood. I completely understood. So it was just he and I just doing this, and yeah, we've been doing it since 2018.
Awesome, awesome. You know, so how many titles of how many episodes of Chronicles of Horror did y'all produce?
Well, that was another company, Nova Comics, that produced Chronicles of Horror, and we're part of the platform. Triple Threat Comics is part of the platform, and so far we've done two issues, and possibly doing a third one. I think we're doing a third one.
Okay. Uh, how many episodes of Codename Hunter have y'all produced?
Two right now. I'm finalizing. I'm redoing colors for issue three, which is why it's taken so long for me to release it, because I was not happy with what I originally sent to this the comic printing company. and I was not already happy with them because the paper short. So I'm kind of waiting for that to end. So in the meantime, coloring that issue 3, and I'm also uh, penciling issue 4 right now, and having another inker ink it.
Right, right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You
Yeah,
know, it's I because I always wondered, you know, why is it that why is it that we like okay, never mind about that question.
okay.
Okay, as a child, right?
Mm.
Have you ever what were your first designs as a child?
My first designs. Yeah, you make me think way back there. um, I think as a kid, again, I'm a Batman fan. I would watch the animated series and on VHS tapes. You guys remember VHS tapes? I certainly do. That's how old I am. And I would hit the pause button and actually just look how the artist would actually draw the characters, and I would just mimic them. That's how I would do that. And I started getting the comics when I was a little bit older because my godfather got me comics, so I actually can learn to read. But the first real thing I ever really designed, just from me, I had to say was in high school, which I think is very typical for comic artists to just start designing things when you're in high school, because your mind kind of wanders, and you're like, "Oh, let me just do something here. I just got an idea for something. Uh, yeah, I kind of like that. Let me just see if I can expand that." So the idea starts to format to that initial design, and then all of a sudden you're like, I don't know. Let me just put this to rest. Let me just think about that. And then you come up with a different concept, and you go with that instead of what you originally come up with.
Right, right. And like, okay, okay, how far? Okay, questions. As we're going, I'm coming up with questions as we're going. So I'm just don't mind me. I'm just coming up with questions and just throwing them out there. That's all.
It's okay.
Yeah. So if you had, what would be your 5 villains, best villains? What would be your 5 best artists? Not artists, heroes
Oh, in anything.
in any movie or comic.
Okay. All
You
right.
can even mix them up.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Again, number one, Batman because I was a fan. Number two, Spider Man. Number three, and this is gonna shock everybody. The Mask.
Okay, okay.
Um, Black Panther because I think he's just cool. That's another thing. He's just cool. Wolverine, which we just mentioned. Wait. That was five. I just gave you five.
Go ahead, do your thing. Do your thing. See?
Yeah, but no, that's why I think the best hero. And
Okay.
I actually can't think of a way I could relate to Batman because his drive. He doesn't stop. If he stops, that's the end. I have a similar drive like that. Because if I stop, doing what I do, I'm afraid I won't start again.
Right, right, right. So, you know, I think that matter of fact, did you do your villains yet?
My villains. No, I didn't do it yet. No, no, no.
Nah, that's why I was like, huh, I didn't do your villains yet. Go ahead.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, this is a tough one because there's so many. Okay, Joker. Yeah. Um, Two Face. That was another one. There's the duality, the complex, Jekyll and Hyde type of thing. very understandable. Uh, Doctor Octopus, crazy, ridiculous name, but somehow it's it works.
Okay. Okay.
Mm. Oh, Doomsday, mostly because
Okay.
mostly because he got to kill Superman.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. So, what in your favorite in your books, right? In all your creations,
Mm.
your projects, what was your favorite scene in your first book that you ever done?
Oh, I have to say the one scene that I thought was I really nailed it was it was on a page of issue one of Conan Hunter, and this was a scene where my hero is getting beat up, and
Mm-hmm.
figures a way how to get out of these futuristic locks with an ancient lockpick. And the way I drew that and the way I conceived it, and then when he breaks out and he actually starts the fight scene, and what you could see that was I thought very clever because it's also something I didn't really do before because at that point I hadn't illustrated many action scenes. So the way that sequence had worked out just looks great.
Hmm. Hmm. What was the most emotional scene in all your projects?
Emotional scene. I have to say it was the conclusion of issue three of Conan Hunter, which hasn't been released yet, so I can't talk too much about that because I want to keep
Nah,
this.
do
But
your thing. Do your thing. I want
I will say it was quite emotional for me to write. It was quite emotional for me to illustrate, um, because I wanted to make it very grounded. I wanted to make it feel very real, and
to.
people are
Mm-hmm.
just reacting to what's happening, and they're just in complete shock.
Awesome. 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 You know, when you look at how long did it take for you to get done code name Hunter?
Codename Hunter was actually I had written that in college, my last year of college, and at first it was going to be a straight up, modern day action series. But when I had my father read the script, he was like, "This seems too much like the show 24," because we both started watching that. I was like, "You're right." So then I had the idea of then taking it from modern day to science fiction because I can open it up. I can do different things. So when I wrote that first draft, and I said, "Is there going to be an audience for this? Are people going to read this, or am I just crazy?" And then Kingsman, the Secret Service came out, and so did Guardians of the Galaxy. I was like, okay, there's definitely an audience for this. Let me just do it. If there's not an audience, let me make an audience. I'm just going to do it.
You know, you sound just like me when you say there's no audience. Oh well, fuck it. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it
Yeah,
and pick up audience, whatever. And see that's a go getter's mentality.
mm,
Going for what you know, going for everything that you want. You have to. That's the thing that a lot of folks don't have, and they don't have that hunger for what they do.
yeah,
They don't want to get out there and get their hands dirty. They're like that pretty boy that going for a girl. You don't want to just matter of fact not going for a girl. He's like a pretty boy. You know what I'm saying? He don't like to get his hands dirty. He likes to stay nice and clean and fresh to death. But you got that rough scuffle type of dude. Get it? He still get the girl. Don't mind. Don't get it twisted. But he's rough, scuffle, and he's still what I'm saying, get his hands dirty, but he's still fresh to death and still looking good as he want to look. But he also likes to get his hands dirty and he's rough and he likes to go get what he wants. And
yeah,
if you have to get dirty to get it, then you gotta get dirty to get it. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I like to crack jokes and goof off. That's just me, man. That's just me.
Right.
But anyway, so have you struggled doing these things? What are your struggles in this industry doing getting them out?
Oof. Well, the first struggle is always, contacting local comic shops to see if they can carry the books, and also just promoting the store so they can actually promote your books. Because I like to help local shops, occasionally because they're a business like just like everything else. They want to, survive it and strive as well. So I'm very much for supporting local shops, particularly comic book shops. So in everything I would ever post about the books, I would make sure that I tag the stores. But that's always a struggle because people, don't necessarily buy your books, even when you support the stores. So that's always a struggle. But it always makes it always makes me smile when I actually do hear that people did pick up the books. It always do. It just makes me smile.
That's a true thought. You know what I mean? Okay, it's almost what I most some of the stuff I've been through, man. I've been doing my stuff for 17 years.
Yeah,
Started for 17 years, man, and believe me, it's a lot of struggle that you think, and it's a lot of struggle in this industry putting together something that you don't know is if it's going to pop to the fans, if you don't know it will or will not. But some things, some of these things, some projects pop, some projects don't.
yeah.
So how many books have you sold from Codename Hunter?
Mm. It's actually a tough number now because I think I'm close. I've sold close to maybe I would say maybe 25 copies.
Very understandable.
Yeah. Again, especially since you're new to the game, again, understandable. So yeah, but I'm still pretty damn proud of every one of the sales because at least it says, okay, they're interested, they're invested.
Right, because that is like it's like this. It's better than making no sales.
Yes.
You know, and to be honest with you, a lot of these guys, a lot of people in the industry don't, and I this is my whole saying, a closed mouth do not get fed. And that means if you go to a big convention or if you're just selling your book on the street, do not just sit there and wait for it to come to you. You go out there and you go get what you want. Go get that sale. Open your mouth. Talk about it everywhere you go. Do not sit there and just uh uh uh
You
no.
can't wait for it to happen. You really can't.
Exactly. You can't.
Yeah,
And
because otherwise people are not going to notice you.
exactly. And dog, like that's why I said not many people have that. That's why they don't make a lot of sales because they have those they don't have that mentality of go get it. I'm gonna go get this shit whether they like it or not, whether I can do it or not. I'm gonna go get it
Yeah,
because look, it's a lot of guys. A lot of guys in yourself are living off of comics. You
yeah,
see what I'm saying?
yeah.
And they are so they have it worse on themselves than other guys. So you have it worse on yourself than other guys because you didn't get another job on the side. So this make a brick for you. You know what I'm saying? And then you got a wife on top of that, and she waiting for that money right there. She gonna get mad at you if you don't make that money. Yeah, you better go get it. Better go get it because yeah, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. But other than that, if you have a job on the outside of doing comics, then you can then you can fund it a little bit. You can move around a little bit. But if you just living off comics, then you really need to get out there and put in that work because that that's very tribal to you. You know what I'm saying? That's really big for you. You know, and um that's why I want to. That's why it's something to be happy about doing this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what's going to happen, but you at least you put out your project to just sit and wait for something to happen. Sit and wait and watch it grow. Not wait for something to happen, but watch it grow. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And see, this is what I like to do. I like to talk to the customers. I like to talk to my customers and talk to people about my book everywhere fuck I go. I talk about it. At my job I talk about it. People asking me, how's Jarhead? And I'm like, such and such and such and such and such and such. And I potentially got to sell. Okay. That's a buyer. Okay. Dang. See, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give the people the 5 ways to maybe to get a sale. 5 ways. Five techniques as a technique. Eye contact, firm handshake, firm, know what you mean, I mean what you say. Killer instinct, and rear that motherfucker in, and you gotta sell. Bang. Small talk. Small talk. That's the key. Small talk. If you know how to talk a person into buying something from you, you got it. But if you don't know how to talk to a person, and you don't know, and you keep your mouth closed, and you don't know how to, you got your mouth open about Marvel and DC. Why not have your mouth open about what you want to do? What's about your project? You don't know how to sell? Okay, I just taught you right there. Bang, being able to sell it right there. Firm handshake. Give them a firm handshake, firm as you can, because a firm handshake lets the person know you mean business. But a weak handshake that just lets you know, man, you're not quite sure of what you're doing. You're not quite sure of it. And that's when they know this motherfucker ain't quite sure what he's doing. So why should I buy it? See, people read your body language, and people read if you read, people will know if you have confidence because it's all over your face.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying? It's pores. Your confidence is like pores. It's going to come through your skin. It's going to come through you, and it's going to show all over your body. It's like sweat, you know.
yeah.
And I just taught people how to get a sale. That's it's all about getting a sale. That's it. You can't be afraid to go out there and get a sale because God forbid, you know what I'm saying, you're on the brink of losing your apartment. What you going to do?
Yeah,
God forbid you're on the brink of losing your car.
yeah,
God forbid you're on the brink of losing your wife. God forbid you're on the brink of losing your not being able to feed your child,
yeah,
and you don't know a way to
yeah.
get that out there and help people. Come on, man, and not help people, but help yourself get where you want to be. You have to make something out of nothing sometimes. Sometimes you can't wait for the boat of opportunity to come. You got to go get that motherfucking opportunity and make an opportunity for your motherfucking self.
Yeah. And
That's what
there's,
it's all about.
yeah, and you have to be willing to take the hits. All right.
Exactly. Take the hits and keep rolling.
You can't be pointing fingers, saying I'm not where I want to be because of him or you can't do that. That's the
Right.
so
Right. And
yeah. If anybody's listening that wants to be in the industry, listen to what we're saying. All right, because it's you got to take this very seriously, and you can't blame anybody else. All right, because you're not where you want to be. You have to do the work.
you have to do the work and go for what you know because believe in yourself. That's number. That's the key.
Yeah,
If you're religious, believe in God. If you're not religious, believe in yourself. Something. Do something because what you're doing now or what you was doing before, not getting those sales, ain't it. Just being real, being honest. You know what I'm saying? Just put yourself in a position to where if you're taking care of a family, you know what I mean, and your family is on the brink of not being able to eat
yeah,
and you're starving, and your son asks you, Daddy, I want something to eat. Mommy, I want something to eat. What you gonna do? You ain't got no job. You know the suffers. You know it. That's
Yeah,
how it feels. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And us, us, us guys with jobs outside of this, sometimes we go through that. We go through that too.
yeah,
It's not the facts that we don't go through it. I'm telling you this because I've went through it too, where I've had to go without. I didn't make the sales, and you know what I'm saying. That's just me. I know what it feels like. I don't have kids. I don't have a wife, but I know what it's like to starve. I know what it's like to not have money in your pockets. Not starving means not having nothing to look forward to. That's what I mean by starve.
yeah,
But other than that, I know what it feels like to go through it. So that's what I'm saying is put yourself in that position to go for it, fight for it. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know if that fight that you fought could lead to something great, but you just have to be willing to fight for it and go for it.
yeah.
If you're not willing, that's on you. Don't blame nobody but yourself. And see this in the day in these days nowadays, people don't have accountability. Don't take accountability for what their actions is. And that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And we as people need to understand that there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things that we do in this life that will count to when we die. You know what I'm saying? Did you live your life to the best of your ability? Did you put in, you know what I'm saying? Did you live a good life? Did you do this? Did you do that? Gonna come into account, take into account, man.
Yeah.
The truth, be honest. So, Mr. Ian, did you have fun?
I most certainly did. I really did.
So, do you have any more anything you want to add? You want have anything you want to talk? Anything else?
Um, let's see. Well, it's like what I've said. For the people that really do want to get in the business, again, it's like we've said to the whole program: do the work. All right. You really have to put yourself out there. You really have to work hard. Okay. You have to work harder than you've ever worked before. And then eventually, if you work hard enough and people are interested, they're going to come and they're going to support you. All right. And if you have people that do support you in your life, whether it be family or friends, then it's all worth it because then they'll have you back. And I've been fortunate enough to have family and friends that support me, in my work. And I'm grateful that I have new friends in the comic book community, that make me look good because I was able to surround myself with talented people. And if you surround yourself with the talented people that I have, it all comes out just fine. And that's what
Well
I'm saying.
said.
Yeah.
Well said. I feel good. I feel good. Well, that's all we have for today, folks. You know, it's been an awesome, awesome, awesome time sharing the mic with you, man. Talking with you, Ian. Man, it's been fun. It's been fun because I've learned something as well as you learned something.
Yeah.
As well as everybody else learned something. And what did you learn today?
Well, I learned about I made a new friend. That's another thing.
Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know,
And
you got a friend in me, yeah.
I also learned that I met someone else that also has confidence just as I do, and even though the confidence may falter or maybe fade, it doesn't go away. It comes back, and he
Exactly.
also has a drive, and that's gonna keep me going as well. So when I have conversations with the comic book artists, they're going through the same stuff that I'm going through. That's a good drive because we're here because this is a very small community. Let's just admit that it's a very small community, and we have to support each other. We
Right.
really,
Okay. That's true. That's true. And I feel choked up. Feel choked up. I want to cry. Thank you. Well, that's all we have, folks.
yeah,
Till next time. Till actually next week. No, Thursday. Thursday next week. Thursday next week. I have another guest. Her name is, I'm gonna say, Lucas. Her name is Miss Lucas. And tune in next week, Thursday. Thank you. Later, folks. To the end. This is the In Your Face show. Peace.